What's going on, guys? Ben from JK Gear and Gadgets. So today, little project is going to be to add a power strip right there to the toolbox. So you can charge your phone, throw some speakers on there, charge your batteries, whatever. A lot of the new toolboxes, the fancy ones, $600, all that stuff, come with the built-in power strip. But I just got the standard, Husky cheap toolbox, but I'm gonna go and throw a power strip on it. So what you're gonna need is a power strip. I had this one laying around, but you can get them at Walmart and stuff for about $5. You're gonna need a screwdriver, some wire strippers, wire cutters, or razor blade. The male end. You can get these at Home Depot or online. These are the ones made to replace it because we're going to cut this off. A drill bits for the size of your wire, and some way to mount this strip there. I'm going to use heavy-duty Velcro, but there's if you can find some of these that have mounting holes, that'd probably be better. So now that we have everything, we're going to find out where we want to mount it on here, and go ahead and mark and drill the hole in the box. Alright, so I'm having my strip mounted right there. As you can tell, I marked about an inch and a half away, because we're going to have this wire going through the back of that, and you want to have enough room for the wire to loop and go straight out the back. You don't, you'll see once I do it. So now that we have that marked, I'm going to find a drill bit that's going to be wide enough for this to go through the hole. But first I'm going to do a pilot hole, and then drill it out to the size of this wire. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Alright, so now that we have our hole drilled, we're going to go down to the plug and simply cut the head off. As you can tell, I put a towel down here so the shavings didn't get on everything. And so after that's cut, make sure it fits through the hole. And it does. You can, once we mount this up, you can put an extra layer of electrical tape, just kind of like a chafing guard, so this doesn't eventually cut it. Or you can get a file and smooth out the edge of the hole you just did. So that's up to you. I'll probably just put some tape on it. So what we're going to do now is simply run this all the way through, loop it around back to us, and install the new electrical head on it. So let me show you how to do that. Alright, so first things first, using the screwdriver, you're going to take apart the plug. There's three main bodies. There's the actual the plug side, which has three connections, which are gold, silver, and a green ground. I'll tell you all in a minute which ones of these wires go to what. The actual body of it, and the clamp at the bottom. So now that we have that apart, we're going to strip back this cable. To do that, we're going to want to see how much we need to strip back. So we're going to want to only strip back enough so there's no exposed cable behind this. So we know that this is going to squeeze right here, and that this plug sits in there, so we can kind of mock it up to see how much wire we'll need. So right about there, where it's flush, so we can only cut back, put my finger here, right there, only cut back about that much, which is about an inch. So I'm going to go ahead and mark this and cut this out. Okay, so now that it's been marked, that's when we're going to get our razor blade or our wire cutters and carefully cut back this black outer insulator. We don't want to damage the three wires inside, so do it really slow and cut all the way around, and then we're going to pull this black sheath off. Just make sure that you don't nick the wires or the insulators for those wires. So the white, black, and green, we're only going to want to take off this outer black insulator. So just cut around in a circle very, very thinly at a time until it's all the way through the black. So I'm going to use my wire cutters, but you can also use a razor blade, cut around gently. Alright, so now that that's stripped back, we're going to strip each one of these wires with our wire strippers. So you don't have to strip back too much on these. I'd probably say right about there, maybe half an inch or a little bit less will be fine. So go ahead and strip each one of those back. If you're not sure how to use a wire stripper, it has them labeled right here: American wire gauge, 16, 14. Most of these are going to be around 16. Let's see, you can tell by just holding it up there. Let's see. Yeah, so yeah, 16. You're gonna pull it tight and pull it off, but hard to do one hand. So go ahead and strip each one of these back. Alright, so now that we have these stripped, I went ahead and did a little more than half an inch just to give us extra wiggle room. We'll go back to what I said before. There's gold, silver, and green. Now, if you look at your wire, there's a black, white, and green. Naturally, green is ground in this case, so green's going to go to the green. Black on here is going to go to the gold, black and gold. Silver is going to go to the white. So that's how we're going to hook it up. What I did to make it a little easier when you're screwing those in is after you strip the wires, give them a nice little twist, holds them together better. Alright, so before you actually connect that, we're going to slide this, the body of it down and over, and then make our 3 connections there. Pretty simple. You're going to slide it in there, and remember, since we're tightening them, put it on the left side so it'll naturally want to swing with it. Don't put it on the right side, it'll want to push it out. So put it in the hole there on the left side and tighten it down. So green's green, gold is black, white is silver. Yeah, white is silver. So I'm gonna go ahead and slide this on and put the head on. Alrighty, so they're on there. A few things I'd like to mention. If you're having a hard time making them reach to the screws, it means you're gonna need to trim this back a little more, but remember, don't do it too much. Also, make sure you don't have too much bare wire exposed. So my ground has a little bit, but you just don't want the different leads exposed and touching. It'll create a short or spark and burn some shit down. So definitely just make sure that it's neat. Make sure the connections are tight. And now that we have this on, we're gonna simply slide it back on, put the screws in, and attach these clamps. And we are done with the plug. We'll move on to the next step. Alright, so our plug is done. As you can tell, there's no exposed wire. And that's that. So if for some reason you do need to take this off, you're going to have to take this head off again in order to pull it out, or just cut it. But now that this is installed, ready to go, we're just going to secure this to the workbench, the toolbox. But now you know how to make these connections, so that's cool. You can repair extension cords once they're broke. You know, I need to put a female end on that, but yeah, it's definitely handy to know. So I know that's not what this video is about, but it's really the only thing I could exactly show, other than say, oh, just stick a surge protector on it. But so yeah, I'm gonna get my my Velcro, make sure this is really clean on the back, as well as this, and secure it on there. Okay, so now that I got the heavy duty Velcro on the back, it's up there, and we'll do a quick test. And the light's on. Whoo! So now I have a power outlet on my toolbox. I think I spent less than 15 bucks. I think I paid $2 for the electrical head, the outlet, the plug. That was free because I had it, but they were like $5 at the store. And Velcro, and that's it. So as long as you have everything else, like the drill and everything, super simple project. I never close my toolbox, but if you do close and lock your toolbox, make sure you put this in a place where it's not going to interfere. So before you drill the hole, you know, tape it or Velcro up there and test the function. Make sure it still closes if you want, but I leave mine open. So there we go, it's done. Easy way to add an outlet to your toolbox. Alright, thanks guys. Subscribe to the channel and check out my other videos. I know this really isn't Jeep related, but oh, yeah, there's my Jeep. But so yeah, now it's Jeep related. But if you own a Jeep, you probably own a toolbox. So alright guys, catch you later.